Welcome to Meta Trading Club Radio. This is our after-hours deep dive for Tuesday, November 25th, 2025.
And what a day it was.
A huge day. Our mission here is to unpack this rally, a second straight day of major gains. We saw the Dow jump, 664 points?
That's right, to 47,112.
Yeah.
And the S&P and NASDAQ also had really impressive moves, pushing everything back above their 50-day moving averages.
But it wasn't a straight shot up from the open, was it?
No, not at all. If you look at our notes from the morning, there was some real tension in the market.
All coming from big tech.
Exactly. The wavering started with that report suggesting Alphabet is really stepping up its own AI chip development.
And then the rumor that Meta is looking to use Google's chips.
That combination really hit the market leaders. I mean, NVIDIA struggled all day.
Yeah, it finished as one of the worst performers in the S&P 500. AMD was also down.
But here's the nuance, and this is so important for you to track. Even with NVDA and AMD down, the main semiconductor index, the PHLX, it actually managed to close slightly positive.
So it wasn't a panic out of tech.
No, it was a rotation within tech. Money just moved away from those huge momentum names and into other parts of the chip ecosystem.
Okay, so looking beyond the semiconductors, the buying was, well, it was really widespread.
It was. You had 8 of the 11 S&P 500 sectors posting gains of at least 1%. That confirms the rotation you were just talking about.
And healthcare stocks were at the front of the pack.
Right, which is a classic defensive signal, you know. When those mega cap momentum names start to lag, money flows into sectors like healthcare.
And they had a specific catalyst, too.
They did. That report about the incoming administration planning to extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies, that gave the sector a real boost. It's up over 10% for the month now.
So you have this rotation into value, but it was also coupled with some serious optimism about the Federal Reserve.
Oh, absolutely. Look at the small caps. The Russell 2000 jumped 2.3%.
And we saw strong moves in home builders, too.
Which tells you the market is pricing in rate relief.
Yeah.
Big time. The CME FedWatch tool, what's it at now?
I just checked. It's showing an 82.7% probability of a quarter-point rate cut at the next FOMC meeting.
There you go. That's what's driving this small cap and housing rally.
But what's fascinating here is how that optimism clashes with the economic data that actually hit our desks today.
Right. The signals are very contradictory.
Retail sales, for instance, were up only 0.2%. That was a miss.
And here's the critical insight in that number. If you strip out gasoline, retail sales were totally flat.
So consumers are already pulling back on spending.
They are. The market is rallying on the expectation of a slowdown that forces the Fed to cut. But the data suggests that slowdown might be happening faster than people think.
And we also saw some sticky inflation numbers, didn't we?
We did. The Producer Price Index, the PPI, was up 0.3% for the month, and a lot of that was driven by a sharp 1.1% jump in food prices.
So on one hand, consumers are slowing down, but on the other, the food they're buying is getting more expensive.
And that's crushing their confidence. The consumer confidence number dropped, to 88.7, a pretty significant fall.
So if we connect those final dots, the rally was broad, advancers beat decliners 4-1. It was a clear rotation into value based on expected Fed cuts.
But you have to ask yourself, is that optimism for rate cuts getting ahead of the reality of a nervous consumer and sticky inflation? That tension is going to define the market next week.
That's the key question. And to implement this kind of in-depth analysis into your own trading, you really need to be working alongside a community of expert traders.
Absolutely. To turn these insights into actionable decisions, you need that daily analysis and support.
Visit metatradingclub.com right now. Join our community. It's vibrant, members trade together, they share live analysis, and we have daily webinars and Q&A sessions.
That's all there.
We provide the support and the tools you need to become a truly self-sufficient, independent trader. Join the club today. Thanks for diving deep with Meta Trading Club Radio.